Today we're going to draw another character from Animal Jam. We're going to draw the monkey. I hope you have a marker or something to draw with and some paper. You're going to follow along with me. If you're using a marker, you want to make sure that you have more than one sheet of paper so that your drawing doesn't soak through and get onto the table. We're going to start by drawing our monkey's eyes towards the top right of our paper, and we're going to draw 2 circles. And we want to space them out quite a bit. Now inside of these 2 circles, we're going to draw a smaller circle. This is for his pupil. And then inside of this, we could draw an even smaller circle. And this is for the light reflecting in his eyes. Now we're going to color in the middle circle, but leave the other ones white. Now we're going to draw his face. We're going to start right below his eye, and we're going to draw a heart shape that goes around each eye. But we're not going to connect it at the bottom. So we're going to start right here, underneath his eye, and we're going to come around the heart shape, and right here we're going to come down in the middle, and then we're going to create another shape that comes around the other eye and ends underneath this one also. Now we can draw his mouth. So let's draw 2 lines. One over here, and then this one over here is going to be a lot shorter. Now we're going to draw him smiling, so we'll start outside of this line, and we're going to draw a curve. It's like a sideways J for his mouth, and then we'll put a little cheek line at the end. Then we can finish the bottom of his jaw. Let's draw another line down, and then connect these 2 with a straight line. All right, next let's add his little nostrils. And I'm going to draw 2 raindrop shapes and then color them in. So there's one. I'll draw another one and color that one in. And I also tipped them towards the middle. Next, let's draw the outside of his head. We're going to start right here in the corner, and we'll come out just past the edge of his mask. Then we're going to draw another line that does the same thing. Comes out, and I'm going to draw this a little longer. There we go. Now we're going to draw 2 diagonal lines for the side of his head. So we're going to start here, and we're going to draw a diagonal line down. And if I go too fast, you can always pause the video. Now let's draw the right side of his head, and we're going to draw another diagonal line that comes down and meets up with the corner down here. Now we're going to draw the top of his head. So let's draw another line that comes across, and then we're going to stop halfway. This way we can draw some of his hair sticking out. So we'll draw a zigzag line that comes up, back down, and then let's make a bigger zigzag line, and then one last out, and then back in. There's his hair. And then we can finish the top of his head and connect it to the edge. All right, we did it. We drew his head, but he's missing his big monkey ears. So let's draw the right one first. We're going to draw a bent line. It's going to come out and then bend back down. Then we're going to draw the bottom of his ear that comes down and then bends back up right at the end. Now inside of his ear, we're going to draw a swirl. So we'll start on his head and then swirl around. We did it. We finished one ear. Now we're going to repeat those same steps over here for his left ear. So we're going to start in the same spot, draw a line up and then bends down. Then we're going to draw the bottom of his ear, and then right at the end, bend back up. Okay, now we need to draw that little swirl. So start on his cheek, come in, and swirl around. All right, we did it. We finished his head, and he looks really cool. Now we need to draw his body. Let's first start by drawing his neck. We'll draw a line down, and then we're going to draw his shoulder coming out. Next, we're going to draw his big arm coming down to the floor. So we're going to draw 2 lines that come down, and they're diagonal, and they run parallel with each other. Then we're going to draw his forearms. So let's draw 2 diagonal lines that come out. And we want to make sure that we don't draw it too big so that it goes off the paper. But on each side, we're going to draw another line that comes down on each side. And then we could draw a zigzag line to connect these 2 lines, and this is for his fur. So we're going to draw, it looks like a lightning bolt, comes across and then connects to the other side. Now we're going to draw his fist, so we'll finish this line coming down, and it gets really close to the bottom of our paper, and then we can come across, for the bottom of his knuckles. Now we'll come back up here and draw the other side of his hand. So come out and down. Then we can draw his fingers curling up and then tucking back in. There we go, we did it, we drew his hand. Okay, now before we draw his other arm, we're gonna draw his chest. So let's draw one diagonal line that connects from his chin over to his arm, and then we'll draw a diagonal line coming out the other direction to match. Then we'll draw a little short line down, and then we'll curve it into his arm. So there's his chest. Then we're gonna draw his other arm. So let's draw another diagonal line that comes out, and it matches this line over here. And then we're gonna draw a shorter line right next to it. Now we're gonna repeat all of the same steps that we did for his forearm. So let's draw a diagonal line out on each side, and then draw 2 lines down. And then we're going to draw the zigzag line that connects these 2 lines, but we're going to do it the other direction. Okay, now we need to draw his fist, and on this side we can see his thumb. So let's start by drawing a diagonal line out, and then a short line down. Then we're going to draw the end of his thumb, and it's going to be a sideways U, but it's a square U, a boxy U. And then we can draw a diagonal line back up. So there's his thumb. Now we could draw the rest of his fist coming into his thumb. So we'll draw the bottom of his knuckles, just like we did on his left hand, and then we'll draw a diagonal line that goes into his thumb. All right, we did it. We finished both arms. Now let's finish his body. Let's start by drawing his back. Draw a line down and then back like this. Now the front of his chest and his belly has a different color, so that's what this line is. We'll imagine this line going behind his arm and coming down, and we're going to curve to kind of match where we ended this top line. Now let's draw his belly, so we're going to imagine this line coming through also. And it's going to come back here, and then we're going to end. Now that all of these lines come back here and they end in the same place, and that's so we can draw his back leg. So we'll connect them with a line, and then we'll draw another line right next to it for the other side of his leg, and then we're going to connect these 2 lines with an A shape. And that's his knee. Okay, now let's draw his foot. So we'll connect these 2 lines at the bottom. Then we're going to draw 2 curves coming down, and then we'll connect the bottom. Okay, but he's missing his toes. So let's draw 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. All right, we have 2 hands, but we only have 1 foot. So we need to draw the other foot back here in the distance. So let's draw his other leg, and we're going to draw a line down and back up. Then we're going to draw his heel that comes down and the top of his foot that connects over to his hand. Then we can draw the bottom of his foot right here. Now that was a little tricky. We drew all these little diagonal lines, and that was so that we could draw only part of his foot because it's being overlapped by his arm and his hand and also his left foot. Okay, we're missing one last thing to make him into a monkey, and that's his cool tail. So let's draw a curve that comes out and curves forward. Then we're going to draw another curve right next to it that matches the same one we just drew. Now we're going to curve around and we're going to draw a spiral. So we're going to start here, come up, and curve around. Now that's the outside of his tail, so let's draw the inside. So we're going to start here and we're going to match that same curve that we just drew. And right here at the end we're going to curve and spiral in, and then we can connect these 2 lines for the end of his tail. Alright, we did it. We finished our monkey and he turned out awesome. I love drawing Animal Jam characters. They're so cool. I hope you had a lot of fun drawing along with me, but we still need to color our monkeys. Now I'm going to use the computer to color mine, and you guys can pause the video right now to match the same coloring, or you can use your creativity and color your monkey any color you want. You can use oil pastels, colored pencils, even markers. I hope you had a lot of fun following along with me, and we'll see you later, art friends. Goodbye! If you really like this art lesson, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can do that by clicking the circle. And then after you subscribe, also be sure to click the bell icon so that you get notified every time we upload a new video. And down here in the corner, you can watch more of our awesome art lessons. See you later, guys.